how long that tune's stuck in my head a lot.
What tune?
Our intro tune.
That was your impression of the intro song? That's terrible. That's terrible. Actually, I can't do a better one.
The title of that song, in case anyone was wondering, is Dope.
Is it?
Yeah,
oh, no, I was going to say it's Quads, but that's the DJ.
That's the DJ. DJ Quads. The song is Dope.
Shout out to DJ Quads.
Yeah, thanks, bruh. Whoever you are.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, but thanks for all that royalty-free music that
I
we're
know.
using.
That's actually something I've thought about before. Is like, you know when you like go on an app and it's like you can add music to your video or something? Who's making all this music? Like, is there like artists out there like that aren't making it? And they're just like, I'm just going to make a bunch of shitty okay music for like that giveaway for free.
Yeah,
you know
I think
what I mean?
they probably do make money out of it. Like,
Think so? Well, I
think if you have like some pretty decent, because there's some really fucking good tracks out there on these royalty-free music sites, and I think if there are 10,000 people downloading them for free, because a lot of them have donations, like Bitcoin donation things.
True.
I'm sure they do make some money. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth doing. But I guess
like
for
a
a lot of people, it's a hobby thing.
Yeah, but like think if I own a website and I'm like, hey, you're an artist, I'll pay you like $500 to give me like 12 tracks. You know what I mean? So like
they'll make that money back over time. And, but plug it for free originally.
Advertisements on the free website.
Here's the free music you can get, but pay $29.99 a year, and you get the premium package, which has all the super dope tunes.
Yeah, I always wondered that. You know what I mean? And I get for like I'm a big hip hop guy, so like for like instrumentals and stuff, that's just like a way to get your name out there. Like, oh, Aaron Burke. Here's like my fucking instrumentals, and then and another thing too. I just did it again. I need to stop saying the word like a fucking
you
22-year-old.
You know that time, like when it was a spring break down on the beach.
Like at the place, like you know what I'm saying.
Like we were like so drunk, like that's what you sound like all the time.
Sometimes I fucking playing the show when I was editing the video. I was like, fuck, and I kept saying it. I kept getting worse. I'm like, holy shit, it doesn't stop. Like it was bad. I just did it again. But using it properly is okay. Sorry. Man.
I was just about to say, and apparently we've got to stop talking over each other. And that's the first thing I did.
Yeah, Andrea said that. But at
that's
the
only
same
because
time,
she can't understand what we're saying because we speak so damn fast.
Yeah, maybe that's something we can actually be more conscious of. But in her brain, her English is great, but if there's like 5 English people talking all at the same time, we can understand it because we're used to that, like the bar scene and stuff. But for her, it's like, whoa, okay. No idea what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was talking to her about that last night, actually. And speaking of that was funny as fuck when you came up. And you're like, you talking to my girlfriend? When you did that, because I know you're joking, but if I was just a dude and you came up and just were like, who are you? Like, blah, blah, blah. Fuck, sorry. Like, I would have been scared, but I knew it was you, so I was okay. But at the same time, I thought, damn, that would scare the shit out of someone. Like, really.
Yeah, but at the same time, if someone did actually do that, they're an asshole.
True. All depends on the context. If I was like touching your arm,
how often does that really?
Yeah.
But even then, you don't know.
True.
She's not wearing a ring. Actually, she is wearing a ring, so.
Yeah, for you.
But if she wasn't.
True.
And the guy comes over and was like, oh, hey, how's it going, man? And you'd be like, is this your fella?
Yeah, that's true.
Cool. Nice to meet you.
I've been there with Arena sometimes. Yeah.
I don't know if there's that. I've met a few people that would try and get a bit macho, like, oh, this is my girl, this is my territory. But I think in general, most people are like not that much of an asshole.
I saw it a lot when I was single. Because I'm the guy that I'm going to go talk to girls, right? And sometimes girls have boyfriends. And like you said, there's no ring. Like, how do you know?
Yeah, but then the girl should make it very fucking clear, very early on that.
But sometimes it's almost weird doing that. Like, I have a boyfriend. Like,
no, not bitch, like that. Come on. One of your first questions is more likely going to be, hey, you here alone? Are you with friends? Or
true, but sometimes it's not like that. But you're right.
If they say, well, I'm actually here with some friends and my boyfriend's out with some friends.
Irina does that.
Just subtly drop it in.
True.
You know, if they don't, and they're like goes full flirt mode, well,
true.
Let's get your flirt on.
I do it for Arena. Sometimes I'll be seeing like a guy talk to her. And like if I don't know him, I'll just go up and be like, hey, what's up? And just kind of talk. But I'm never like puffing my chest out. I'm not doing that. Unless maybe he's very small and I could beat him up for sure. Maybe then. But Not usually.
That's why you moved to China.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa, you know those like Taekwondo kids.
Yeah, fuck, kick an apple.
Spinning back kick and they're 7.
Well, yeah. Anyway, guys, welcome back. Episode 11.
Welcome.
Now, you may or may not have enjoyed the clips over the last week because I left them in the hands of Travis this week because I've been busy.
All right.
Bear with him. He's practicing. He's getting used to it.
I'm going to get better.
Yeah, you will. And it will take a lot of workload off of me, which is what I like.
For sure. I enjoy it too, actually. Like, to be honest with you, when I was doing it, you get into it. You start like, ooh, no, that's a little, and you fade it a little differently. I know the bare basics,
too
though.
Crazy about it. Like, the music fades in and stuff. Just, it's timing.
True, yeah.
Don't worry too much about the intricacies of... Just get it done.
Well, our kind of...
Because it really doesn't matter. For the 3 seconds intro, you're like, oh, that's that tune. Oh, the logo. Oh, they're on.
For sure. Maybe a little adjustment, but then move on. You're right. At the same time, though, with the editing that I'm going to be doing for like the podcast per se, there's not much. We're not editing our podcast at all, really. Like the transitions in between conversations or anything. So it's basically just intro and outro music.
Like the camera issues that we have every like half an hour when that pops up, we'll have like a quick smooth fade between them. And
there's no like cutting to my face to your face like Jerry or something, right? Like there's nothing like that. Or like another YouTuber where they are just talking for 20 minutes and then they trim it down to like 3 funny minutes.
But what we'll probably do is, it might be our perspective on all this setup and doing all this might be interesting to people that were in the same place 10 episodes ago, because we're still trying to figure this out. So maybe when we get to like episode 20, 30 episodes, when we've kind of got it nailed, then we'll do it. But then we'll do an episode based on how we got set up, the problems that we faced along the way, and a checklist of things that you should definitely do to set up a podcast. Because
some people,
it looks simple, and I think it probably is if you're really tech-minded.
If you're in that world, I think it would be simple.
If you're just like trying to learn as you go, then it's got its challenges, I think. But it's good and fun at the same time.
For sure. Some people go on like the internet, social media, YouTube and stuff like that, but maybe they're not too, like for me as a great example, well versed in like editing programs and stuff. I can do like PowerPoint and Excel and
stuff. For that kind of stuff though, you just got to put the hours in.
True.
You just have to do some courses online, learn how to use it, practice. As far as the editing and stuff. For sure.
Definitely. But if you're not in that world, man.
If you're already in that world, piece of piss.
For sure.
But
like
if you're not, then it's just a case of practice. For
sure.
Like there's no secrets or shortcuts.
That's true. Use your assets, you know. Like your
but the main thing is like the software setup and the hardware and the software and linking things together, what programs to use.
The chords. There's more chords than I thought.
Shit like that. But anyway, that's a boring topic. We'll have like maybe an episode for that.
For sure.
But for now, let's get into episode 11. I have a little list of things that I do want to talk about.
Episode 11, man. That's crazy.
So, on my little list of things to talk about, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things which I think are cool.
That I think are cool. Oh, by the way, before you start, almost at 100 subscribers, which is kind of cool. You know, it's a milestone. That's a big...
Really?
Yeah, we're like 99. We're like one away.
Really?
Yeah, legitimate. Or like 98. It's something super close. We were at like 92 for a while. Then I've been doing a lot of like Facebook stuff, which like a lot of people, like if people watching this, some people just, it like says seen, this like ignore it, which I get because some people are like, I started this company for gardening. I was like, I don't care. You know, but at the same time, a lot of people were like, oh man, that's so cool, blah, blah, blah. Like people I don't expect. Like people that I just like got high with like a couple times, like my friend's friend, he's like, that's fucking cool, man. Like, I follow I watch all your clips and stuff. I'm like, that's awesome. And like, we got like 6, 7 subscribers and like last night. So now we're like 99.
Cool.
Like one away.
Keep plugging away.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks for clicking and subscribing.
Thank you.
We appreciate it
so much to me.
Start fucking dropping us some messages. Like we can talk for days, for fucking days about shit we want to talk about.
True.
But it would be interesting to know what you guys want us to talk about.
For sure.
If there's any specific subjects, or maybe you just want to hear what we have to say about shit.
Yeah. What I heard though, it's more China stuff. Like people really like hearing the abroad kind of stuff because they're sitting at home at their dead end job. No offense. And their hometown, and they're like China sounds like crazy. You know what I mean? Like what's going on? Like they're really interested in the China aspect. We're so accustomed to it. I think maybe we could maybe steer, like talk about more Chinese stuff, but we just see this shit every day. You know what I mean?
We'll have to come up with like a list of things to talk about.
Yeah, like a Chinese
Otherwise,
episode or
we'll end
something.
up rambling.
True.
So, there's a few things I want to talk about today. And let's just start off with the one I watched most recently, which was this morning after yesterday.
Oh, I'm excited. I know what this is going to be. I saw your post.
JRE,
Damn,
the Joe Rogan podcast with fucking aliens.
Bob Lazar. Man, last night when I
Jesus
mentioned
Christ.
it to you, when I mentioned it to you, you're like, it sounds like some bullshit.
Is it going to be another Tom DeLonge one? And the Tom DeLonge one, like, it was cool. I want to be convinced so much. And I am no way, in any way, like, I refuse to believe that we are alone. I refuse. To me, the numbers and the math, it's just like, it's nonsense. And I think if you think like that, it's just a little bit small-minded. Mm-hmm. Like, use your imagination, just even if it's just for fun. Like, if there's that many people believe in like religion and things like that, if you're going to kind of go that route, you have to really use your imagination to kind of... You can believe in the books, but you can't believe that there's... Let's be real here. Infinite universe, and we're the only living things in it. That is like mathematically kind of proven. Like, I know it's complicated and I can't maybe explain the math properly, but there is people that dedicate like a 40-year career to find out like certain things, and you're just gonna like discredit that and be like, I believe a dude in the sky. Like, you know, you have to kind of put some feelers out there and open your mind. There's been so much stuff online. There's been stories that have gone around for years and years and years, and most of it is stories. Most of it's psychos. Most of it's fucking crazy, moronic, saturated with psycho people and conspiracies. Because that's how they want it. Because they don't want it to be any more than conspiracy theory. But then when you get a guy like this come along, what's his name? Bob Lazar. Bob Lazar comes along and he's like, "Yo, he hasn't come along. He's been around forever, bro." Yeah, boy, I'm not really aware of him until this. For good reason, though, I'd say. And I'm surprised because that's the kind of shit when I go down a YouTube rabbit hole, that's what I'm super into. That's the kind of shit But there has to be conspiracy stuff. A grain of like realism or truth to it. And he has that aspect. It's not like what's that guy's name from Blink-182? Tom DeLonge. Yeah, he had me for like 6 minutes into that podcast, and then it just slowly went like, but okay, then he spoke about a lot of very similar things. True. A lot of what he was saying. A lot of the world's probably a lot of that stuff is just stuff he's read online, and he's saying he's a part of it. If he watched the Bob Lazar documentaries back in the 80s and stuff like that, he is the same. Or some guy watched them and then like fabricated a bunch of other stuff. He has a story about getting taken in and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, holy shit. So here's this guy who's like, I worked in Area 51 or S4 or something, like one of the substations. And he was like, I worked on alien spaceships and the power source, and we had to basically figure out how it worked and if we can replicate it. And I was like, and it didn't take him long to get into that. And I was like, okay, so you were there, you saw it, you worked on Joe grills him, man. He's like, hey, oh no, I want details for this. Yeah. Did you see it? Yeah. Did you go in it? Yeah. What did it look like? And man, when they're going into these conversations and he's describing all this shit, your imagination just goes. And I'm like, well, the first thing I was thinking is, that sounds like that movie. Oh, this sounds like that show. Like, this is where all these ideas must be coming from. They come from some like seed of truth somewhere. Well, dude, like we talked about that with Paul last night with a virtual reality, like all that, those movies in the 90s and stuff, talking about. Like Black Mirror does a good job of it as well, talking about like how things could go different ways. Like there's truth to that because there's all possibilities. But then there's this guy and he's talking about there are 9 different fucking UFOs there. I wish you would have went into more detail about the individual ones. Like what he talks about, they're all different. But then he only saw them once when all the hangar doors were open. True, so he didn't see them in a lot. How do you not remember that too, like, you know what I mean? You probably can, but there's something I really want to get into about that podcast, which I've freaked me out hesitant about a little bit. Not that, well, you would be, because he's constantly looking there's stuff he's not saying. He's looking over his shoulder the rest of his life. Yeah. But then for like 40 years. If they wanted him dead, he'd probably be dead by now. Yeah. So it's just a case, but I think what he's more worried about is that people around him that they affect, because he said because they can't get me because I've gone public, they will just wreck everyone's lives that have anything to do with me. Yeah, friends, wives, family, nephews, cousins. Yeah, anything like his brother's like fucking best friend gets shit. You know what I mean? Like he can't get, like, you know what I mean? They're probably just doing like so much. Like a cousin or a friend or something who was waiting for a clearance to work in a science facility, and they cancelled his clearance because he knew him. Yeah. So bullshit like that. So I imagine that's probably what fucks with his head more is that he affects other people's lives.
And it's probably happened so much where he's like, I've
had enough.
Yeah.
I've had a fucking enough, because he clearly did not want to have that conversation.
Exactly.
I think this is probably the last time you'll hear from him.
Oh, well.
And thank fuck it was on Joe Rogan's show, because there's no better platform.
Exactly.
So I was watching this and I'm listening to it, and I was like, a lot of this kind of stuff I've heard before. But then when it's from the mouth of a guy who, was proven to have been there.
Years later, too, which is good. Good to note that. Years later.
There's no like, this guy is just another psychopath. No, this guy is a scientist who fucking worked on spaceships. End of story.
And they said he never worked there, and now it's proven.
No, it's proven.
That's what blew my mind. I'm like, you tried to discredit him so much. If you told Irina, like, oh, Travis is cheating on you with whatever, and I do everything I possibly can to discredit your information, like I'm screaming of guilt. Do you know what I mean? But if I'm just like, show your evidence, do it. If I don't care at all, I'm probably innocent. But the fact that they're like, let's take his birth certificate away, let's get rid of all the records of him going to school at MIT, like the biggest schools in the world, like all that stuff just screams like there is truth.
I think that's to scare him, to shut him up.
Exactly.
Like, I don't think that's for anyone else apart from him. But
no, but that's what I'm saying. Why would they do that if he's just a nutcase like everyone else? Why would they do all that work?
Well, that's where they fuck up. Like, to me, the way that whole situation is being run,
the 80s were a different time too, before the internet,
now,
right?
Like,
it was a different time.
When they're saying they've got all of these like teams of two, like the buddy system scientists, but none of them can talk to each other, and these like goes against how science works.
Smart though,
but unproductive.
Yeah,
they probably could have solved all those problems they were talking about if they just let all the scientists speak to each other.
Do you think they did solve the problems? I think because that was in the 80s.
20 years ago. By now, they must have gone, right, let's just all fucking sit in a room and share the info and actually try and solve.
Figure it out, then kill everyone after. You know what I mean?
Who knows? I dread to think, but. It's some pretty amazing stuff they were talking about. So if you haven't watched that show, get on there and watch it. If you do not believe in aliens, you will.
Yeah.
If you are,
or you have a different perspective,
believes in something else, and you're not sure, just for everyone, just watch it, because I think it is got to a point now where they mention, like, if you're not seriously considering the possibility of these things being real, you are either so close-minded and in your fucking little bubble brain world that you're too stupid enough to let your brain try and comprehend it, or what? What's the other one? Or you don't want to know. Maybe for some people, it's just easier not to even have to have those thoughts.
I think some people
because how do you process it?
Yeah, exactly.
I process it like, I'm not surprised. I want to know more. I'm not terrified. This doesn't change my life or anything that happens to me. It doesn't. It's an amazing discovery, but how much does it change your life? It doesn't.
I think it's kind of a weird comparison.
We actually make contact and start sharing information, which advances us in some way, one way or another.
It's gonna be a weird time.
Then it affects us, but until then, it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. You could open up those hangars and let tourists come in by the thousands.
That's a little ridiculous.
But even if they did, what
like the Russians,
nothing changes.
Do you think the Russians in different countries probably have their version? I assume that's what I would assume.
If the fucking USA has got 9, by the way, they have 9 UFOs. Yeah. 9 UFOs.
We don't need to go too much detail.
And they're all different.
Yeah.
So we won't go into too much detail. Just go and watch it
because they explain it better.
If the US, if the states have 9. You can bet your ass China's got some. You can bet your ass Russia's got some. You can bet
somewhere
your
like archaeological digs and stuff, which makes sense, you know. Like,
there's no way they're all the only ones that are there. So the reason I think why it's
unless America went crazy in like the 60s and
it's because of the power source, and they're saying what it does is it creates gravity. Yeah. Now, once you create gravity, you win. You create force fields that are impenetrable. You can change time. You can change everything.
Legitimately time travel.
Like nothing can penetrate a gravitational force outgoing. Nothing. So you can put a gravitational force around a fucking jacked as shit on steroids Apache helicopter and just fly it to wherever the fuck you want and kill and blow up anything you want, and whatever's being fired at it is going to do nothing. I think that's what they should do, is just put it on an Apache helicopter. Put it on a person. I was having this like weird dream last night. I had this dream last night that they put me in a gravitational force field suit, and just gave me like unlimited ammo.
That's just because you're like self-conscious.
And just said, just go walk through. Just go and walk up fucking North Korea.
That sounds like a video game.
Walk through Russia out and there's thousands of tanks and airships and fucking naval brigades and just letting rip thousands of rounds, and I'm just walking through it, just like, can't touch me.
You know what I think about that? Which would be hilarious is like eventually like you need to like take a break. So you're just like sitting there like opening up like a lunch pail, like eating, and they're just like still like fucking do something. You're just like,
they just fire the nukes, and you're like, oh yeah, fucking tuna mayo, just what I wanted.
Yeah, fucking tuna mayo. But yeah, that you're right. Like obviously you're like taking like a certain perspective on it, but like you're right to an extent. You know what I mean? Like
whoever cracks that power source,
just like the nuclear bomb kind of thing. It was kind of like a race.
Dangerous because if in military hands,
anything in military hands,
whoever takes that is not going to go, what's morally
There's nothing
right?
to learn from.
What's morally right? What about human rights? What about friends? No, they're going to say, we have this. Bow, fucking down. We rule the world now.
And it's going to have to be used.
They're going to go, we have this energy. Let's use it for something good. Let's all be friends. You're a fucking
that's
moron.
What they'll tell people, and then they'll use it. Like
bollocks! What a load of bollocks! Can you imagine fucking like any of the world leaders right now? One of those countries they crack this information, this technology.
They'll become.
They're going to say, everyone bow down before me, or die.
Yeah, just give me everything, please, thanks.
But then, whoever does figure that technology out, wouldn't they just use it themselves? If I was the scientist and I just cracked that fucking secret,
it's
that
such
code,
high security.
If I figure it out, I'm gonna be like, oh, I ain't telling anybody. I'm gonna turn myself.
Iron Man suit it.
I'm gonna turn myself into fucking Iron Man.
But it might be more complicated than that, though, right? Like maybe do you know what I mean? Like there's more science to it, of course, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I know. But do you know what I mean, though? Like, if I was one of those scientists, they know, like, the scientists are saying the people running this shit are morons. They have no idea how science fucking works.
True.
They're just throwing people at this shit, hoping that we can figure it out. And they said it's the equivalent of throwing a nuclear reactor at Victorian era.
Yeah, that's a great analogy,
engineers and saying, figure this out. Well, they're all going to die. They're all going to just die. They're all going to die of fucking radiation.
What if something really big happens? Right?
Dude, weren't they saying they were trying to cut through one of these things with a plasma cutter? Yeah. And it's a fucking star or something?
Basically, a little star, yeah. Imagine being the guy, like, I just imagine there's like a scientist like, I'll do it. Like,
yeah, I'll try it.
Like,
fuck it.
Like, what if we cut through it and everyone's like, shut the fuck up. Wait a minute. Let's fucking try it. Like, what else we got to do?
Get Frank, he'll do it.
Yeah, like Joe Rogan has a bit about that where like the star collider where they had the atoms or whatever. And he's like, and there was just like a button. And like, he's just like, someone's just like, I'll fucking press it. like someone has to do it. Like, what's gonna, like, maybe the world ends, but fuck it, I'll do it. Like, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, just go live on Instagram.
But they were talking about their colliding black holes and shit. Now the experiments we're doing these days are just it's
yeah, dude, it's crazy. We're just sitting and trying to do it a podcast. You know what I mean?
But the crazy thing is, it's like now we know there are 9 fucking alien fucking UFOs in Nevada desert, and I kind of feel like something needs to happen now.
Yeah. I know, dude. For the whole day after I listened to that, I was just like, "Did you watch the?"
Is there going to be like, is the TV going to stop working, and they're going to say this is a national like update?
It's actually a scary. Like,
and not that, like maybe just like okay, all the like
that's
the
a scary
world leaders.
Noise, though.
That's a horrible noise.
Have you heard that right now?
There's a reason behind that noise.
Yeah,
I think it is. There's something to do. I remember watching a video. I'm not going to get into it, but. So all the world leaders come together. They're all sat around a table live, and they're like, "Okay, we need to admit this shit. Yeah, the aliens are out there. We've been in contact for a very long time.
I think something
we're trying to figure out their tech.
Something's going to happen that's inevitable, where it's like it's out there, and they're then
well, it's out there now. It's just gone on the biggest fucking podcast in the world.
But you know what I'm saying? It's not like. There's no picture.
I guess there are, you know probably. What I mean? For everyone open-minded, smart person that watches that show, there's going to be 10 morons that go, it's bullshit.
Exactly. And there's going to be a lot of people in place to discredit. There's like legit people's job. Like there's like anti-hacking. People like consistently, their 9 to 5 is just trying to hack stuff to figure out loopholes. There's probably people constantly just trying to discredit
shit now.
things.
They're making movies about it. It's on Netflix or something like that.
Yeah, well, did you watch the documentary on Netflix?
No,
you should watch it. It's pretty good.
I'll get that on there. But
it's really cool when they go into about the biometric scanner with the bones, because like Bob Lazar never knew that there was pictures released of it, that they found it. So he's just sitting there like, yeah, it's real, and he's like, oh well, actually, like, look what came to the surface. He's like, well, that's it. That's what I've been explaining for 30 years, and no one believed me, and now they legit have real pictures of it like today. Which is ridiculous. It just proves his point. Someone's like, that biometrics, that's never going to be a thing. You're crazy.
But then how can anyone fucking deny this stuff now?
You know?
How can anyone
That's
deny
why I feel
it?
bad for
It's
him.
like people saying, we don't have aeroplane. People can't fly from one country to the other. That's fucking crazy. Look, there's a fucking plane. That's not real. It's a hologram.
Yeah.
Oh, but we
don't believe in airplanes, but you believe in holograms? Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
Well, it's like you don't believe in aliens, but you believe in fucking God.
Ooh, that's actually good. That's actually a good point. But like back to your first original point when you said like, why would
you can't pick or choose, right? If you're going to believe in one, you believe in all. You got to believe in everything, right?
I think the reason that people don't really...
Well, you at least got to have an open mind about everything.
Yeah, but the reason people don't... Remember you said like there's two reasons. You said one, like what's the other reason? I think the other reason, like I compare it to like...
it's easier to just not. It's easier to erase it from your memory.
Like it's almost like starving kids in Africa or like the oceans. We know there's a problem. You know, we know we're polluting our oceans horrendously. You know, it's like we need to do something about it. But you're working your 9 to 5 you're a barista at Starbucks in New York City. You know, you've shit to worry about. You know what I mean? Like you have your own stressful life, and your girlfriend's cheating on you, and your mom has cancer. You're worrying about all these things in your life. You're not really worried about the oceans being polluted, even though we should as a society. But do you know what I mean? I think that's the same thing with aliens. People just don't have the time to really... Until there's a video.
Well,
it's inevitable where they have that meeting or whatever. I don't think the vast majority of people are going to jump on the train.
It'll get the most YouTube hits for the day.
Dude.
But then again, like, how does it change anything?
That's what we do. We capture the first video and release it on our YouTube channel.
We'll just get the alien in on we want to get you on the podcast.
Oh my God. Any aliens out there watching? Come to China.
Do you want a platform? To?
I kind of hope China
introduce
gets
yourself to the world.
I hope the aliens come and like China's the cool country, and then because we're the cool people, we're like the foreigners living in China. We'll see the cool shit.
What are you talking about?
If they say the aliens come down and like they come down, but you say like they know about all the countries and stuff. Like, what if they see one country as? They wouldn't even see us as countries. Isn't that ridiculous?
They wouldn't, dude. They probably press a button and it goes scans the planet, and it'll give you every tiny bit of data about everything. And who knows?
But then
what the other thing is what I like. They were having that conversation about. They were like, how much more advanced are they? And well, maybe they're not. Maybe where they're from, this was the first kind of technology they fucked around with. This is their steam train.
Yeah, exactly. And their combustion engine. Yeah, I like that.
Because their first fuel source that they fucked around with was so good, they sped things up.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
But they might not actually be that much more advanced. They might just be like, well, this is all we know.
Yeah. Like, we have oil and coal. We built the combustion engine. They had this element 115. They went the anti-gravity route. Like, they just, like, I always thought that other civilizations would follow the same path that we took. They're just farther ahead, right? Like, they did the Facebooks and all. They followed the same thing from the pyramids.
Just way more evolved versions.
But they just skipped a bunch of shit based on the resources.
They're from different planets.
Crazy.
Different elements, different
they don't
periodic
have water,
tables.
so they have a different thing. So they're made up. You know, like, you are what you are by your environment in real life. You are who you are because the people you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with a bunch of cokeheads, you're probably going to do coke. If you surround yourself with a bunch of entrepreneurs, with people with great fucking visions, you're going to probably adapt those qualities. Same thing with a planet. If you don't have oil and coal and you have something else, you're probably going to go a different route. You know, I never really thought of it like that.
Definitely will.
Yeah, but I just never, I guess for me, I just like that makes perfect sense, and I just kind of never had that thought pattern.
They're just throwing a bunch of scientists at this thing, telling them to try and figure it out as if it's something from the future that eventually we will be able to figure out.
I see what you're saying.
It's not even from our plane of, like, it's from another... The elements that we have no idea about, like,
but that gives them even more incentive to throw these scientists at it.
Keep throwing scientists, but the scientists are like,
I just picture someone.
Like, what the fuck? You know,
scientists.
That'd be a great little sketch.
You know what I mean?
And they're just like, well, what the fuck do you want us to do with it? Like, they can't explain anything.
No one says that. They're like, let me try.
Like,
in that
what
world,
they think even with the gravity thing, like what they're describing as that gravity field that it creates. If you have the conversation
is that real,
with
man?
that,
That real? I'm sorry, but that's intense.
Dude, they fucking fly in these things. They've fucking put people in these things and they're flying them around the fucking desert.
I see why people don't believe though, because I'm such I love this and I believe it, but there's a part of my brain that just it doesn't click because it's so out of this world, legitimately from out of this world. Our brains just can't really fathom it.
That's the best thing about it. Try to explain shit, you have nothing.
But if someone if someone's really not open-minded, I could see why they wouldn't believe it because I'm so open-minded and
they're either too scared of it. They're too scared of the idea possibly being true, which it is true now.
Makes you feel
watch
way
this
more
podcast,
useless.
watch the fucking podcast, and you'll know. If you watch it and you're still like, nah.
You have the right to your opinion, but
you have the right to your opinion, but you're an idiot and you're a fucking small-minded moron.
Yeah.
And don't subscribe to our channel, or do or
subscribe and then there's
just like that episode. But it was a really, really good show, really good episode. So make sure you get on the Joe Rogan podcast and check that out.
He doesn't need our shout out, I don't think, but we love him.
Every little helps.
True. Every follow, every like.
I know we've said his name. We can hashtag it in our thing, and then maybe get some tag-alongs. But yeah, it was awesome. It was really good. Anyway, but we'll move on from alien talk.
Yeah, sorry for the rant, but that shit is intense.
So let's go on to. I want to get away from sci-fi for a minute because I've got another sci-fi thing on here from something we were talking about last night.
We'll jump. Ooh, I know what you're nice. This water's dope. Shout out to Irina Becca with the fucking mint lemon water. Unless you made this.
She's out there prepping her meals, panicking. Yeah. She's like, look, I've just prepped all my vegetables and stuff for the week. And I was like, yeah, you got to throw that away.
Why?
And she was like, what? And I was like, you can't eat tomatoes. And she was like, what? And she was like, but the vegetable allowance. And I was like, tomatoes are fruit.
Yeah, tomatoes are fruit. Fucking Germans, man. They don't know shit unless it's about cars.
And she was like, oh, god damn it. And I was like, look, you
I can eat it. I shouldn't eat it.
Have it today or tomorrow. But bear that in mind next time. So I felt a bit bad, but she's in there trying.
No, that's hilarious. I'm definitely gonna roast her for that.
She's gonna do great.
I know she is.
She sticks to those workout plans and that diets. In a month's time, she'll tone up real quick.
Dude, she's got
nothing really to.
No, she's already
just tighten things up a bit.
Exactly. She has the mindset for it. She just needs the kind of here's the direction you need to go, and she will run fast. You know what I mean? She just needs to know what to do, and I know she'll kill it.
I actually need to eat a meal. I'm not going to do it on the podcast. I'm going to have to go an hour late. I brought all my meal prep. I brought all my fucking meal prep with me.
You could if you really wanted to.
Just sit here
We'll just kind of don't eat into the mic because I can feel the gaps. You could just kind of, our 99 subscribers will be okay with it.
I might do it because I'm really trying to stay on point.
Exactly. This is awesome. I love our podcast. In prep
right now. I want to look.
Dude, I want you to look
possibly can on
good
stage.
As fuck too.
But anyway, I don't want to go crazy fitness rant again either. So what I will say, something I saw the other day, I'm going to bring it up on Google to see if it's even true. But they were talking about who the next Batman is going to be.
Okay.
Someone fucking said
didn't think you're going to go that road at all?
Yeah, okay. Totally different.
Yeah.
But this really pissed me off.
The new Batman. So I haven't heard any. I haven't heard anything.
I'll give you 5 guesses on who the new Batman is.
I have a chance to get it right.
I don't even know if this is real, but it'd be funny to talk about anyway.
But I do know the person. It's a famous person that I should know, right?
Yeah, it's not it's a famous actor.
John fucking Table. That's a terrible creative thought, but first name I thought was Alcaridge.
5 guesses. The new Batman. Go.
New Batman. I'm guessing it's probably something real different, like a black guy or something.
That's not a name. Come on, just give me names.
Morgan Freeman. That's ridiculous, right?
I am Batman.
That's a terrible Morgan Freeman impression.
Yeah, I can.
But yeah, if you could do a good one, that would be hilarious to say whatever he does.
No, I can't do it.
Yeah, we suck. Famous people that are Batman that could be Batman. Could I see them as Batman or not even close?
I don't want to just guess.
Oh, it's not a girl, is it?
Batman, bro.
But that's what I mean.
They're
Like,
not going
oh,
like-
she identifies as a man. Like, fuck that. I would never watch Batman again.
Maybe in like another 5 years,
Yeah,
that kind of
honestly.
shit might happen.
If the wrong people get control of that contract.
Then that's hopefully when the aliens take over and just wipe us out. It's just gone too far. They'll just be looking and be like, these fuckers are identifying as all kinds of shit. Just wipe them out.
Yeah.
Start again. Like,
Yeah.
we're nothing but a
We were so close. You guys were doing so good. Then
You're
just,
so good. We've been watching for thousands of years, but you fucked it.
yeah. As soon as you started calling boys girls and girls boys,
Like the basic like genetics of just how you guys are.
you had the basics down, and then you fucked with it for some
Almost
reason.
created like AI. You're about to travel the stars. And then you went real bad, real fast U-turn, and you're calling yourself boy, girls, but girl, boys. So,
and then you start killing each other over it.
so we're just gonna wipe you out and start again.
Yeah.
Good try. Good try.
Celebrities that is actually hilarious. But the
We get
celebrities
so much hate mail
Batman
now from fucking.
from one person. Like I can deal with one person hating me. Celebrity like Tom Cruise.
Nope.
Because he's too small.
Too small, too old.
Too much money too, probably. Give me $10 trillion to play Batman. Oh fuck. Brad Pitt.
Nope. Too old.
So younger. That's what you're hinting.
New generation, bro.
New generation. Channing Tatum.
Nope. He hasn't got the chin for it.
What? So that someone needs to have a chin. That is true.
It's the only thing you see in it. You only see the chin. You got the
Like,
chin. That's
can you
why I thought
imagine,
Ben
like
Affleck was good because he's got a strong chin.
Who?
Ben Affleck.
Yeah. Affleck.
Affleck.
Yeah, that is true. That is the one thing. For some reason,
I
bro.
didn't hate his Batman. I thought it was all right. It's just
I just like Christian Bale's Batman. I just really liked
him.
him.
It's way better. Christian Bale's is better. But Ben Affleck his Batman was good. The Justice League movie just fucking crashed and burned.
I know.
And I just think that the actors pay the price for that because I think the cast itself is actually really good.
Yeah, I think they tried to do too much too quick. I think they tried to follow the Avengers.
Just watch that. Like I think I told you about it. The YouTube channel where they say it's called "What the Fuck Happened to This Movie," and they just talk about everything that went wrong with like flop movies.
I've seen something like that. So
The Justice League one's really good.
Where
Just
it's like,
watch
oh,
it.
this person had like,
This happened, that
yeah,
happened.
that's
And you're
why
like,
this fucked up was because there was. Yeah,
This is what happened.
yeah. I like learning that shit. That's cool. Like the whole
it just makes
mustache.
sense because you're just like, how is such a huge the Justice League, like the fucking Justice League?
How do you fuck that one up?
How do you can't fuck that up, right?
They did.
But there's so much shit that goes on behind fucking studio doors.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Not to. I want to do this celebrity thing, but what's the guy's name from the Justice League?
Hey, we're getting off. We're getting
That's
off.
a cyborg. What's his name though?
I have no idea, but Batman's. It's not him.
Young Chin. So I'm thinking about Young Chin. Who has a young chin?
Who has a young? I've got a young chin.
Biebs.
It's me.
Biebs. No, Young. Shots fired.
Fuck, that's hurtful. Oh, fucking hurtful,
Wait,
man.
gun, you can't
I
see
can
it.
be Batman.
No, you're too big. Actually, you're too big.
Huh?
You're just too big for Batman.
Batman. But if you look at Batman in the comics,
Yeah, it's a suit.
jacked as fuck.
It's a suit. It's not an Under Armour shirt.
No, but he's jacked. Even in a suit, he's like fucking giant triangle.
Yeah, but not like. No, you're too jacked. Like you don't have the body type for it. You just don't. Like if I got jacked, I would have the. If I got like really like bigger and shredded, I would have the body type for it. You're just.
Where is she?
That's my favorite line he says. Where is she? He just yells in his face. It's like spit and stuff. Biebs.
Bieber.
Yeah.
No.
That'd be a crazy good idea because you know everyone and their mom's watching that movie.
I'll tell you what. From what I've heard, you're not far off of like. Imagine someone that would drive dudes like guys who like
Who's
the
a
manly
cool dude?
fucking Batman.
Fucking Joe.
A manly Batman.
Joe Rogan's in anything.
Joe Rogan's Batman.
This old Batman. No, it's just like, dude, there's no Bruce Wayne. It's just Joe Rogan, but like his life and Batman. Like he's Batman at that time. After the podcast, like, after the podcast, and he like puts on the suit and shit. How does he put on the suit so quick? Anyway, sorry. He's not Iron Man.
So someone young that's gonna piss off macho guys. That's my clue. Because
He's gonna piss off macho guys.
Well, just manly men. Like if you want a Batman, Batman's a strong, manly fucking character, right?
Not a strong.
So think of someone who's like not that.
But they're jacked. That would be in good shape. Oh, Zac Efron.
Huh?
Zac Efron.
No.
He'd be good Batman. Actually,
He would be a better choice, but I would still be angry if they chose him.
I think he could do it. I actually really like him as an actor. From like High School Musical to like Baywatch. He's fucking.
Did you watch
really
that Ted Bundy thing? He was Ted Bundy.
No, but apparently that's dope as fuck.
I heard he was good.
Yeah, I heard it was really fucking good.
Not seen it yet.
That's
anyway,
actually a good call to watch.
Guess.
I'm getting good guesses though. I'm usually bad at this. Young Chin.
You got one more guess.
Famous.
In the meantime, I'm gonna
Young Chin. That's
Google
famous.
what I've heard and see if it's even true.
I feel like he's like a minority. He's not like a normal white guy.
You're gonna see what I'm typing in.
Okay, I won't look. I'll look at you. I swear to God, I'll play this game.
I've got to go over there and type. Hold on.
Fuck, I don't know, bro. This is hard. It's hard to come up with a name. I'm not like super in the pop culture. I'd be a good Batman. You just have to Photoshop my body. Dude, you look hilarious in camera right now. Let's look up at the camera. No, look. Dude, you didn't realize you're still in shot? You're the size of a fucking house. Talk about me looking small is you going closer to the camera. I look like I'm a fucking kid, dude. It's not even fair. I actually sit 4 feet closer to the camera than Aaron, just to not look fucking like a miniature person. I don't know, bro. I can't think of another person because I'm just gonna give a bad guess. Like I don't know, like Donald Glover, black guy, young.
I'm gonna bring it up.
I could have got that. You're right. Robert Patterson.
Robert fucking
He's not manly enough. I see what you're saying now. You know he doesn't shower.
Robert fucking Patterson.
Do you know he doesn't shower?
As Batman.
He has the face for it, though. He doesn't have the body for it. Unless he could.
He hasn't got the face for it. He's got a decent chin.
No,
he
has
cannot
the face
be
for
fucking Batman. He's the little girly vampire boy.
Exactly. That's all you know him as.
It's like making Harry Potter fucking Gandalf. It's like, hang on a minute.
Okay, no. I see where that was going, but you couldn't have said the most wrong people. Like making Harry Potter Gandalf.
I just can't see it. I can see him like...
Dude, he looks like Batman right there.
Maybe like a transition phase between like the young boy and the Gotham series.
Dude, do you know what he's going to be good at? Playing Bruce Wayne. He looks like a rich fucking cunt. Like he does.
He does look like a rich asshole, yeah.
He looks like his dad owned something like a pharmaceutical company, and he's just that kid. I don't hate it. If he comes in and he's a fairy though, like in Twilight, honestly, then not good. But if he's an actor, if he do you know he doesn't shower? Do you know that?
Let's see what it says. If it says it's even real.
I've said this twice. Do you know he doesn't shower? That doesn't bother you?
I don't care. It's probably bullshit.
He doesn't believe in personal hygiene. No, it's the interviews.
He doesn't believe in personal hygiene.
He legit.
And you're buying that. Look at him, bro.
He says it, bro. His hair is greasy as fuck. Dude, I'm not even fucking with you.
How is he not riddled in spots and stinking and...
Dude, a girl that I was seeing when Twilight was a big thing back in the day, she showed me an interview with him and the girl, Kirsten, whatever her name is, Kristen
Dunst or something?
No, that's the blonde chick, I think. Either way, she was like, they're like, oh, like, what's the worst thing about working together? And she's like, smelling him. Because he smells terrible all the time.
Really?
Yeah, it's like legit true.
Can you read that from here?
Yeah. You want me to read it?
Yeah.
He's going from sex symbol. I don't know about that.
Maybe if you like little fucking skinny vampire
maybe to
boys.
some girls. I guess at one time, at the peak of Twilight, maybe he was probably a sex symbol. Because girls were like rubbing one out to him for sure.
Yeah, but he's like for the teenage girls, like he's the romantic drama actor. He's not fucking Batman.
Maybe he's in other shit that I don't know about that he plays more
There's
of like a dude.
so many better people they could choose.
Zac Efron. Yeah, so he's gone from sex symbol to bat symbol. That's actually a really good first line. Sources tell Variety that Robert Patterson is in negotiations. So he's in negotiations. It's not confirmed to play Batman in Matt Reeves. I'm guessing that's a director. His new superhero film, which hits theaters June 25th, 2021. So like,
jeez, that's fucking ages away.
Yeah. So there's
plenty of time for someone to assassinate him.
There's plenty of time for them to go, no, like you're not good enough.
You smell too bad.
Yeah, dude, seriously. But yeah, pre-production for Warner Bros. Blah blah starts this summer. That's actually intense for how long movies take to get made. You know what I mean? Like this day and age, that's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, dude, there's not really just kind of saying that he's got shows and he's 31 years old. He's the Twilight. Look, he looks like he doesn't fucking shower.
Yeah, look at the state of him.
Dude, the thing what is he showers once every like 6 weeks.
Should we hear what he's got to say?
Let's do it.
Not at all. Not surprised whenever
He has really good genetics though.
You say guilty, but what you really
Is that
mean
noise going to be coming through?
10 years in October.
Yeah.
What do you remember most about it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Dude, since I introduced Sticky.
A lot of things. I mean, definitely doesn't feel like 10 years ago. I feel like I kind of stopped mentally progressing around.
I can't even watch him. Like, I can't. Sorry. I'm sorry, Robert Patterson.
I know.
I don't know you. You might be a cool guy, but I don't like to watch you talk.
He definitely has to be a cool guy. I have to. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt as much as I possibly can.
He just looks like one of those guys who's like, look, I'm not gonna wash this shit just to be different and to give myself an edge or something. Can't you just be fucking normal and be an actor and be a normal person?
Do you think being like, imagine we had like, say, like 10K subs and people were always just being like, I'm not watching this. Fucking some meathead telling me to go to the gym. I heard it before. And you're just like, I'm more than that. But they're just like judging you hard. That would be annoying, right? So someone like him.
But then if you're in the spotlight like that, and if you're in the spotlight, how hard is it?
That's our goal, I guess.
To take a fucking shower and be hygienic.
Did you say that wrong or is that a British thing?
Hygienic.
Is that a British thing?
Oh God, here we go. So
sorry, it's not genetic.
And I think as well, he's also got like, if you're that much of a big deal, especially amongst the younger generation of like kids who love this fucking guy, love Twilight and all that crap. Like, he's got a bit of a responsibility.
True.
They'll be like, well, no, I didn't get into the acting business to have responsibility. Tough shit.
Yeah, it's not the world we live in today.
Comes with the package. You're on TV screens all over the world to millions and millions of people. Yeah. People follow your lives religiously on fucking social media. You have a sense of responsibility. You have to have some responsibility.
I see what you're saying, bro.
You can't just go around being a fucking junkie and not washing and looking like a fucking prick and acting like a twat. Because other kids will be like, well, that's cool. Let's do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Just try and be a decent fucking person. I don't know,
to play devil's advocate.
You don't have to be anything special. Just try and be a decent fucking person. Just don't be an asshole. How hard is it?
I guess I can.
He might not be an asshole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if he's actually just like super
take a fucking shower?
Yeah, that's just. There's no excuse for bad hygiene.
Come on, come on.
What I compare it to though is like the whole Biebs thing though. People like, I remember back in the day, like girls would be like, "Did you?" Or other guys or whoever would be like, "Did you hear that Justin Bieber got arrested for a DUI racing his Lamborghini down the Las Vegas Strip?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And he's like, that's terrible. He should be setting an example for people. I'm like, bitch, he's 18 years old, has unlimited amount of money. Every girl wants to fuck him. He stole Orlando Bloom, the sexiest man, for like 2 years in a row, whatever, like voted, you know what I mean? Some supermodel. He just stole her for just because he can. And he just raced his Lamborghini one time. You're lucky the kid's not dead. You know, he could be doing a lot worse things. Let him, one DUI. He only has one DUI. That's fucking great news.
I don't know, people will do that. Kids will do that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about have friends, your normal life in general.
Dude, I have friends with 3 DUIs. And they're like Justin Bieber, like, of course he's going to have a fucking DUI. He's fucking rich as fuck. Dude, I have friends who get arrested for racing their Honda Civics. Of course he's going to race a fucking Lamborghini. Like, it's made for speed. You're not going to just fucking, you know, it just pisses me off how they don't really realize about perspective, you know?
Well, that's the fucking
whatever. I'm a big Biebs fan. I'm not going to lie. I love Justin Bieber.
You look a bit like him.
Well, dude, I hated him when like baby, but I jumped on the train when he actually ended up being cool. You know, when he got older and he's like, okay, I'm gonna fuck with this shit.
I don't know jack shit about him, so I'm not gonna hate too much. Okay, so something else on the list.
What is the next one, sir?
Okay, so can't remember what conversation it was, but I'll just ask you the question. At what age would you let your kid have a mobile phone? If you were a responsible adult with children.
If I had a kid now, for example, like in 10 years' time, times are going to change. You don't know.
No,
but now.
Given today's circumstances.
I would give them a mobile phone. Probably. See, that's tough because you want to do it because they're an asset. You know what I mean? From anything from like cartoons to like learning resources. But obviously, there's the Instagram ass models everywhere that's gonna like mold their brain. They're gonna mold their brains a lot, right? So that's actually a tough question, and I'm not a parent. It's apparent that I'm not a parent.
When you actually give them their own phone that they're responsible for, and they can do whatever the fuck they want on it.
When they can pay for it.
When they can pay for it.
If I'll give my kids an allowance or whatever, but if they can.
There were rich kids that get fucking thousands of dollars in fucking birthday envelopes when they're 6 years old from fucking rich parents and rich families.
Yeah, when they pay for it. That's my answer. If you want to get a job at 13 at Tim Hortons and fucking work a 4-hour shift twice a week and save up your money and buy the new iPhone, you deserve it. That's your money. You know what I mean? But you're not getting an iPhone.
I think that's good because that'll teach them a little bit of financial responsibility.
Sports equipment.
But then I had a good idea which I thought would be really cool. And I think I'm going to stick with this for when I do have kids. And this will go for phones, cars, anything they want.
Well, you mean cars for your kids, right?
Anything they want that they don't need to survive.
I think just like cars in general.
Anything they need, anything they want that they don't need to survive. Okay. If they want it, they have to tell me in detail how it works.
That's cool. But that's
like you have to
that's great on paper.
Do your homework. You have to study it, and you have to tell me how fucking these phones work. So that won't take. If they really want something, it doesn't take that much time on the internet to really figure these things out.
Phone?
Tell me how a phone works. Tell me how a fucking iPhone works.
How do I send an email? I don't know.
Google it. How do emails work? How do iPhones work? You can figure this shit out if you really want. So your kid
will like teach you. They'll be like, Dad, well, this happens and this, and you'll be like, oh, that's cool. Interesting.
Yeah, but they'll learn something.
That's a good way to look at it, I guess.
You're going to reward learning rather than just reward saving money and spending it on shit they don't need. Money, financial responsibility, I think is a...
That's actually kind of an interesting concept. I'm not sure.
Cars, I'll be like, Dad, I want a car. I'll be like, all right, tell me how a car works. All right, if this breaks, how do you fix it?
Go change my tire right there.
Shit like that. And then once they can say, okay, yeah, this is how... All right, you can have a car.
I think the reason people don't do something like that, it's not because it's not a good idea. That's not... Because I never really thought of that.
How many things do you have and you have no idea how it works?
Exactly, yeah. That is a problem.
Probably 99%.
It's why we're so stupid.
Everyone makes these stupid, childish fucking, like, we're morons.
It's why we're both not fluent in Chinese. If we came to China in the 80s and you met Andrea, like same kind of thing our Chinese would be, what, you're here, what, 3 years too? 3 years, I'd
Almost
say?
4.
Dude, our Chinese would be amazing.
My Chinese is pretty good, bro.
It is, but your Chinese would
Yours
be
sucks.
10 times. Yeah, I know.
You don't put any effort into it.
True. I did my first month and never did again. You know what I mean? I was on the apps every day. I was asking my CC. I was, first time here and stuff, and I just got super lazy. To be honest with you, I'm not blaming Arena, but when I was dating, before I met her, I actually was I was learning like door handle, because the girl would be like, English, like what's name? What's name? Like door, like oh door, and they're like Chinese name, and I'm like oh blah, blah, blah. I would like pick up over time. That would help, but I met Arena and then I stopped doing that completely. So. I know shit in German randomly, like dogs commands, Sitz, gib Futter, like this.
Fuck's sake! But you're a little bit lazy with things like that.
Oh, 100%.
You're super lazy, like with things that can actually benefit you.
For sure,
you're lazy
Chinese
with.
Especially. It's just
Which drives me nuts. But then I was exactly the same when I was your age, so I'd try not to get too angry about it because I know eventually
I should with the Chinese
you will with anything. There's a lot of things I think that you could, that if you put your mind to it, you could get so much more achieved faster.
If I put my mind to anything.
But you don't. You half-ass a lot of things.
What do you think I should put my mind towards?
For instance, editing and stuff like that.
Dude, I've been editing. I've been putting my balls to the wall. Legitimately, like 3 hours a night for the past 3 nights. Legitimately. Watching videos. Dude, I'm not... Ask Arena. Arena's been pissed because I don't go to bed with her at all. I
don't think you have.
Want to bet? I know I have.
How many videos have you put up?
2. But sitting there and editing, it's not just 3 hours
straight. You include in the main episode?
No, I didn't do the main episode. You did the main episode.
Yeah. So I think you could achieve way more than you think you could if you really maxed out. But stuff. Lately,
if I keep working as hard as I have been, honestly, you're right. I'm going to be a beast at this. I'm going to learn DaVinci so much. It's DaVinci, right? That's the name? Yeah, DaVinci Resolve or whatever. Yeah. 15. But Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Watching like hour-long, like there's a lot of good resources on YouTube. That's why YouTube's so fucking dope. There's a lot of good editing. Like people,
You go into YouTube rabbit holes as well. Like what I think you should do is allocate things. So if you want to know how to trim a video, watch a 5-minute video on how to trim it. Then do it.
Well, that's what I did at the beginning.
Do it. And then the next thing. But I bet what you do is you watch a video and you're like, oh, this is interesting. And then an hour goes by and then you've watched another video and another video.
No, dude, there's this crazy hour and a half like beginner's tutorial. Like this guy basically, the reason he made this video.
But did you stop and try these things as you were watching?
For sure. That's exactly how I learned to do the fades. Like the one thing I'm like, oh, just watching it, he went over it super quick. Oh, by the way, you could do simple fades, but just drag in this little white box. I'm like, dude, that's so fucking efficient right there. I'm going to use that every time for the outros and intros. Because when he fades black, fades in, right? Obviously, when you get into like the blur transitions and stuff like that, didn't really do much. Even with the, like it's a legit editing program too, which is pretty dope. Like you can do like actual, like I can make explosions like come up on the screen and stuff if I learned how to do it. That's all in there, which is pretty actually fucking awesome. And I'm probably good because I always want to learn how to do like visual effects, even if it's like cheesy ones. I always want to learn how to do that, especially if we do like vlogs and stuff like that, like just like how titles come into the frame and stuff like that. All on there. So many good shit. But we don't really use that for the podcast editing. We could, you know what I mean? Eventually. And that's why I'm watching this shit, to be honest with you. I want to learn because that's something, a skill I want to take into the future because like that's where the future's going. Like, to be honest with you, I wish I would have gotten into coding when I was younger. So I wish my parents were like, here, do coding. Because that could be living in Thailand, living in all these countries, just coding and sitting on a beach.
Well, there's other ways you can do that though.
But true, I think, but coding is the future for sure. Coding, there's never not going to be work for coding. So that's why it's like, the podcast is great, but if we just spent all the time we went doing this podcast and just learned to code, we could make a lot of fucking money. It's just hard.
Sounds boring as shit as well.
It is boring as shit. A lot of sitting down.
Fuck that.
8 hours straight.
You do the coding,
code.
I'll
Dude, 8 hours of reading code you wrote to find the one / that's supposed to be a backslash. Like, oh, that's fuck that, bro. And you might not even find it. You might have to read it twice. What, would you check and make sure it's recording?
Yeah, I'll just check in the time and stuff.
But yeah, no, man, for sure. You know, the editing
just keep going on with it then. Just keep cracking in with it because it's actually quite fun when you get into it. But what were we saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, making kids learn how to learn things before.
Yeah, I like your idea. I like your idea with that, actually. It's interesting.
I think it'll work.
It might be one of those things on paper, it's a great idea, but maybe it's not as plausible in the real life scenarios where like, you know, you're still busy with like your businesses and stuff, and then you fucking, their birthday's coming up, and you're just like, fuck it, here's the iPhone. It could be something like simple, like life happens.
A gift is different. I think a gift is different. It's something that they want. They have to learn to.
Again, I see what you're saying.
You can do like rather than go and do a paper round, which is going to really benefit that kid in no way whatsoever, apart from like
what do you say?
Fuck, I have to go and fucking do a paper round and earn a few dollars and then pay for something that I don't really need. To me, that doesn't make sense.
That's going to be a thing of the past, I assume. Are paper routes even a thing anymore?
Probably not. But do you know what I mean? Just like pointless little jobs. I'm like, well, I don't want to encourage my kid to do shit jobs.
Dude, paper routes probably don't exist
just any
anymore.
job. Like go and get a part-time job at an ice cream store. I don't want to encourage my kid to do shit underpaid jobs to buy material things they don't need. I'd rather say, I will buy you every fucking iPhone that ever comes out for the next 10 years if you study your fucking ass off and do something that you actually want to do.
I think I would push them more in the entrepreneurial route.
Whatever it is.
Make a lemonade stand.
Whatever it is, they're going to need to study for something. They're going to need to research something.
Because I think that develops like problem solving when you're younger. That's something my parents didn't do for me.
Most kids get forced into that just rat race real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Yeah, I think that's, I don't know where we ended off actually. It was something about kids. I think pushing kids down the entrepreneurial route is a good idea because I wish my parents kind of did that for me when I was younger, because I think that like develops like your problem solving thing. Like, oh, I have a lemonade stand, but now I didn't make as much money today because I ran out of this, so I have to. It kind of helps mold your brain into like getting shit done more so than like, oh, go work at this amusement park like what I did, and I'm basically just a carny. which it developed my never shutting the fuck up skills, but that's about it. You know what I mean? I just learned to be like, come on in,
well,
you know?
As of 12 o'clock today, I'm going to fucking push my kids into...
As of 12 o'clock today.
As of 12 o'clock today, I've decided that my kids are going to be forced into understanding alien technology so they can go and work on those fucking UFOs. Figure that shit out.
Propulsion, bro. Get in the propulsion.
Yeah, you need to learn everything you can about physics and gravity, because basically we have spaceships now and we need to figure out...
Or just learn Chinese because they're taking over the world. You know, that might help too.
Everyone keeps saying that.
I know, I'm just playing. Well,
right, one last subject then.
Okay.
Bare knuckle boxing. Did you watch it?
I did.
Did you? You tell me what happened. I didn't watch it. I know the result, and I know that there's a lot of people saying it was a terrible decision.
Watch the main event. I didn't watch anything leading up to it.
I watched a few things leading up to it, but it was kind of getting a bit stale and repetitive. Just poorly.
Well, just
repeating himself over again. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. Watch yourself.
What do you mean?
You just keep saying the same things over again.
The announcers?
No, Paulie Magdalene, whatever his name is. When he argues...
Paulie Delaney.
Magdalene?
Malajanaji.
Fucking I don't know what his name is. He's just a gobshite and his shit talk is so bad. But apparently, most people say he did actually win the fight. And it went against him.
I don't think so.
I'm going to try and bring up some highlights while you talk about it.
5 rounds. He did... the second round, he fought like a boxing match, right? And Artem kind of, to be honest with you, kind of boring. Not gonna try to. That's just my honest opinion. Not all fights have to be like Artem's last one, where it was just like blood bath. Sorry for burping into the mic, but I think the fight was a little boring. Jason Knight, the guy who Artem fought last time, you know, in that war, he was in the ring after, like, kind of promoting another fight that they're doing, and he commented on it, and he basically said, I just watched 2 grown men be scared of each other for 20 minutes. And he's kind of right. Artem knew he was a better boxer, so he was kind of hesitant to really go in for the kill, and Paulie was an old boxer that is a little rusty, you know what I mean, in a new sport. So I think Artem definitely won, but it was a close fight, but I think Artem edged it just by sheer aggression. Paulie just tried to stay on the outside, you know what I mean? Work his jab. But I guess he said he broke his hand in the second round as well, so he couldn't throw his right, so he'd overwork the jab. But I think Artem just won by... damaged him more in the face, you know? He got him in the clinch one time, threw like a couple fucking 3 uppercuts. Paulie's was not ready for any of them, just fucking ate them right quick, cut his face up. So I think Artem did take it. And I wanted Artem to win anyway, so I'm a little fucking biased. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm going to try and bring up some highlights because I can't find...
There is a good highlights. Go to the Mac Life. The Mac Life is a great, not to be biased towards Connor. Yep. The Mac Life, Artem highlights, and it should just come up. Artem. Yeah, if you just type Artem, because it's such good, it's just such in-your-face news right now. Yeah, like full fight highlight, 2 minutes, 51 seconds, throw it up.
Top one?
Yep, you just watch that. It's in slow motion too, so you kind of see what hits, what don't hit. I think they're going to be a little biased.
Your face is your moneymaker, so why would you pair it with cheap
kind of
plastic?
Like he fights at a Dublin, Ireland.
Why does some plastic cost $500?
And you know, Connor and Paulie have their history as well, right? So I think Paulie probably has some more highlights that they probably add in this, right? Because they want Artem to look better. But it's a pretty good show of the fight. You could have skipped it.
How old is he now, Paulie? 38. So he's not spring chicken, is he?
Yeah. So, and he even said, they asked him, like, was this like a one and done thing for you? And he's like, if I would have won, I definitely would do this again. But I'm too old. I'm not the guy to be campaigning off of Moss into a new sport. You know what I mean? I'm a 2-time world champion. He's like, I'm not going to campaign. He's like, I get that. If he would have won, he would have done it again. So he hit him with some jabs, right? But Artem just, you know how they have that like square in the middle? You know what I mean? Like square then a circle. Artem was just always pressing, right? Paulie was just always trying to stay on the outside. But yeah, Paulie didn't look as good they're going to give the fight to you.
Who got hit more?
Paulie, for sure.
Well, that's what you need to know. Right?
Well, I think Paulie got hit with harder shots, for sure. And the reason I think he won too, when they announced it, Paulie looked like he acted like he was upset. Like, oh my god, I lost. But I feel like he knew in the back of his head that he probably lost. You know what I mean? But he was a good
After
fighter.
all the shit, though, yeah, that's what I kind of like. After all the shit, like full hating each other, fighting each other outside of the ring, spitting in each other's faces and all that. Come the end of it, they both know it's all just to make money. Shoot,
motherfucker!
See, that's
Who's that
the guy
guy?
that beat the fuck out of him.
Oh, that's the guy who went and beat up the first time, and now he's stood behind him like, hey.
Boy, he's like they're going to let you know because he puts on his fight. They're fight events, right? So they're like, I'm happy Archie found his name. I actually really like him because he's like, I'm a big Connor fan. Archie was like, what, 13 or 15? And like, he's a good fighter, but he was never.
You think this is going to be a big thing for him as far as like he's going to be the guy?
Yeah, because he's the face of
Boxing, the sport itself is going to be big enough for that to
I don't know.
a long-term thing for him.
Why is the WWE a thing that makes fuck tons of money? So why can't this make money? You know what I mean? I think there's a lane for it. So I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? I'll tune into the big fights if there's big names and stuff or big highlights, but I'm not gonna watch a whole card. I'm just not. That's how it is.
All right. One more last quick thing then.
Can you turn the thing down if we don't need the YouTube video, if you don't mind? Yeah, so this is interesting. I didn't really watch much of it, you know what I mean?
So World's Strongest Man, 2019.
Unfortunately, I didn't place this year again. I don't understand why, but you know,
Yeah, it was-
shit happens. You know, next year,
You almost qualified, almost.
almost.
So another great competition, as always. Really, really cool. Unfortunately, my boy Thor, I say my boy because I was really hoping he was going to be one of those like fucking 5 years, 6 years in a row legacy guys, which I'm sure he will come back to be. But on the day one, he tore his summit fascia in his foot.
Okay, what? Say that again.
Fascia. Fucking what is it called? His something in his foot. He had a tear. He had a bad injury on day one. Now on day
Doing
one,
what? If you don't mind me asking, do you know? Like, was it like,
I think it was like a farmer's carry or something like that.
farmer's carry is
When
when
you
they
have to
just
walk and carry a fuck ton of weight.
Yeah.
But I think it was maybe on a frame. I can't remember. But it was something. It happened real quick, and he just
Was
sort
it
of
noticeable?
went. He just went. Nah, I'm injured. I need to fix this. So obviously scans and X-rays. They wrapped it up, and he competed for the rest of the competition. Still came third.
Do you hear
amongst-
that noise? That's me.
What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
crazy ringing in my ears.
No. So amongst the strongest men on this fucking planet,
He's still
with a
third.
fucking injury, he still comes third. That's how fucking strong he is.
Well, I wonder how bad the injury was. I'm not trying to take
Pretty
anything away
bad. Like
from
I
him.
watched like some of the footage and stuff, and
Because I don't know what you just said.
he's
Felicia?
limping. He's limping a bit.
His
Fascia.
fallopian tubes or something got hurt?
Some tear in his foot.
That doesn't sound fun because what you're using your feet for everything, right? Is there a lift you don't use your feet in the strongman competition?
Exactly. So his foot was like seriously strapped up every day. He's icing it all the time and shit, and still competing, still kicking ass.
There's no testing for this shit, eh?
Huh?
It's just like straight up whatever you walk in. You could do anything you want.
Yeah,
You're
of
probably
course.
popping everything.
Yeah, he's going to be on whatever it takes, and yeah,
That
fair
must
play
be
to
fun.
him.
Just like give it all to me, you know?
Everything.
like,
But the man of the day, though, and probably the smallest man up there out of the three of them, Martin Licis. Someone said his name is Martins Licis. I think it was a
where's he from? Like
pronunciation
Spain
thing.
or something?
From the States. He's from the USA. He's a really, really cool
One of
young
those
guy.
illegal aliens, is he?
One of those like slightly smaller dudes. I'm sure, like compared to those guys, he looks small,
He's probably what, like
but
6
he's
foot
still a
eh?
fucking
He's probably
giant.
like 6'2".
I don't know actually how tall he is, but he's
Thor's how
probably
big?
still he's probably 300 pounds plus.
Thor's
but he's
probably
strong as fuck. So he's had a really good couple of years. He kind of came out of nowhere and just started placing really high in competitions. The last couple of World's Strongest Men, and yeah, fucking hell, had an epic year. Came in ridiculously strong. And won it. So fair play. Shout out to Martins Licis. Kicked ass.
Nice,
the other
man.
guy, I cannot pronounce its name. It's one of those really fucking long Kowalska kind of names. Poland, I think. Again, he's been a really, really good competitor this last couple of years.
Oh, fuck, I'm going to try.
You can try and read it. But they're all strong as fuck. They're just getting stronger and stronger.
Kyle is the cows Kimetausis. Wow, that is a...
Yeah.
Like, where's his first name start and where's his last name start?
It's just KWZ. It's just KWZ, 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 KWZ.
4-9
with an
hashtag asterisk symbol.
Yeah, asterisk symbol.
Smiley face emoji.
EUS at the end. I
want to hear him say it. He probably says it like legitimately, like you know, Arnold kind of way.
It's probably just like a 2-syllable word.
Dude, how hilarious!
So what's your name? And he's like,
it's just like my name's John.
Oh, okay, cool. So is then 26 letters really necessary there?
Yeah, your name is the alphabet.
But yeah, they were really good show, really good competition.
That's
so
cool.
shout out to all of those guys.
I just watched a couple of the videos that came up on my shit.
Some highlights. It was a good one. Watch it.
I like some of the competitions they do. It's interesting how they judge the world's strongest man. You know what I mean? Like I like the Olympic lifts, right? Where it's like squats, deadlifts, and like the pulls and stuff. But I do like this kind of stuff where it's like more like real life. Like, just pick this up and try to put this above your, like, you know, pick this ball and fucking try to hoist it up.
Did you see what they made for the, they did a strongman event at the Arnold, show, for the big bodybuilding Arnold show. They do a strongman event there as well. And they made this huge fucking giant, ever remember Conan, the original Conan?
Of course.
You know when they walk like those giant log things and they're all just slaves pushing these big log things around? It's one of them. They made one of them.
And they put like the handhelds in it or whatever?
No, it's just giant logs on this spinning thing, and they just have to fucking push it around.
Oh, and they have to like flip it or something, don't they?
Just a giant wooden wheel with big logs like the size of trees coming out, and you just got to push it around as long as you can.
Oh, as long as you can.
Fucking who?
A lot of those guys, I'm guessing, don't have the endurance. They did not train endurance for the Arnold show. So.
Well, I don't remember, like endurance when you're picking up like a ton. I'm walking with it.
Do you know what I mean, though? Some of the guys that
crazy
are like
endurance. If you think about how much they're fucking...
Maybe some of them.
And these aren't bodybuilders, it's strongmen. It's these guys that were doing it.
Oh, I thought maybe it was for the Arnold, like bodybuilders.
No, it's a strongman event there as well. They do both.
Oh, I thought you meant like the bodybuilders just did like the strongman thing as well as who was like the strongest. But it was a whole different separate people.
Yeah, the strongmen.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like all the competitors were just like
strongmen. Although I do think probably there's a few bodybuilders out there which would do really fucking good at strongman.
I think some of them would be surprising how much they don't do good. I think a lot of them just train for the aesthetics too, right? Where like they probably don't have the endurance or something. But you're right. Some of the guys are just probably fucking beasts and they could just do anything.
Yeah, I think people would be like, really surprised at how fit bodybuilders actually are.
Yeah, like the whole...
People think they're massive, their muscles, they can't move, and they're just big, they're not strong. Which makes...
That makes no sense.
No sense
I see
whatsoever.
what they're trying to say. Like, they're not like efficient,
they just lift things a lot of times.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding? They lift like ridiculous amounts of weights a lot of times.
Well, when you look at someone like Larry Wheels, right? He did that like he did some kind of competition, right?
He did a strongman event.
Was that a strongman event? And everyone, you were telling me, I don't know this world very much. They were like, "Oh, this fucking guy's gonna come in and he's gonna get like smoked," but then he like held his own. He like did pretty well, and people were like pretty shocked.
And he did a bodybuilding event and won it.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
But Larry Wills is one of those freaks that can just do everything.
Good for him.
It was an amateur show and his competition sucked, but you know, still, he still did it.
What if you're the same type of guy? Like, what if you just walk into your show and you just fucking turn heads? Like, this guy's first show and he fucking just killed, like, you know, because you're taking it very serious.
Well, that's the idea. I don't want to do, like, my issue with bodybuilding right now is there's too many people that are just like, that looks like fun. I can tan up and put some trunks on and go up there and just try. I just want to try. Yeah. And there's this whole thing about like...
Because I'm so big, I need to do something.
The only thing that it's just the taking part that counts. Which I think it's not... There's no place for that in bodybuilding. I think in bodybuilding, the people dedicate their lives and put so much fucking work and so much discipline. It's like the hardest fucking thing to do. And then you get these people that just jump up on stage and like, what are they? They're not achieving anything. The only thing they're doing is taking up space and probably making people that train really hard look better. So people could say, well, they make you look better. So what's your issue with it? My issue with it is that they're not taking it seriously.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here just because, you know, why not? But I think I think they should be allowed to do it because they do kind of show.
But it's
dedication.
bodybuilding. It's bodybuilding. All they're doing is getting on stage. They're not even training. You've seen some of the fucking people here doing it.
So
there has to be a standard where, like, wait, you've never fucking seen the gym before. Get off my stage. This is for bodybuilders.
So I'll rephrase that. If there's guys that are just taking someone else's place who does train, who does take it seriously, that's not fair. That's
just doing it, even if they're not taking someone's place.
But if there's say there's 200 spots open, but there's 150 people really taking it seriously, but there's 50 guys that half-assed it, let them go up there. Why not? They're not making any money. They're not taking anything away from you.
But they're also representing a sport, whether they like it or not.
True, but no one's going to know who they are. No one's going to see their pictures.
Yeah, I know, but they should have a bit more fucking respect for the sport.
See, I don't know if I agree with that 100%. I see where you're coming from because when you're into something,
they can go up there. They can see the people. Even there's levels, right? So if you're an amateur level, compete at an amateur level show and try and fucking win it. You don't just go up there to be like, I can put trunks on it and some tan and I can flex because I like bodybuilding, so I'm going to try it. You haven't done the work. Okay, so can I give you a reverse scenario here? So I see where you're coming from. Fucking you're not anyway. Yeah, because I have one for me. Because in a world that I'm very educated in, that I follow, that you don't really know much about, is the whole gaming world. So say something like Call of Duty. You just see people playing Call of Duty, they're sitting on an Xbox all day playing a game, and they're getting paid millions of dollars to do it. That's so stupid. Anyone can do that, a guy can just but you don't see the hours of dedication that they go over film. They basically treat it like a legitimate sport. Yeah, so if I showed up to a fucking Call of Duty $1 million prize fucking tournament and just entered because I fucking can. And you can. I don't think I belong there. You wouldn't make it very far, but those people. So you've just wasted someone's time. No, but they want. I think it's insulting to people who have put the work in. See, I think it would be insulting if you were taking someone else's spot. But you are technically. But no, because there's no unlimited spots to any sport. Well, for I guess for in this loads example, of people miss out on competitions. There is for because there's obviously there's something called the open bracket where you, me, Irina, and Andrea can just show up, pay money, and we could put in the open bracket, and we have to play all day, all these other teams in the open bracket, and when the top two team or the top team from the open bracket gets to play with the professionals. Yeah. But I do think it's different. I think that gaming scenario is different because there's not people there that have paid to come and watch you. For sure. It's online. If this guy sucks at Call of Duty, I'm not going to watch him. I'll press a button and I watch someone else. Yeah. A bodybuilding event, make it through. A bodybuilding event, there's people there that have paid money to sit there and fucking watch a good show. And they have to watch these jokers. Okay. They watch these fucking jokers come on stage. these fucking jokers. And just fucking waste their time and waste people that have paid a lot of money to come and see people in really good fucking shape. They came to look at me, and they get that not him. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, fuck them. Who is it? It's Andrew. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Andrew. But anyway, that's my opinion on that. That's ended on an angry note because we're going to end the podcast now. Yeah, well, we can end it a little differently. I talked to Andrea last night about the trip you took her on, and she was super, just seeing her light up about, being scared about swimming, but she was it was such she was glowing, she was excited. You could tell she loved it, but it was a big deal for her kind of thing. So it was interesting to hear her her first experience outside of China was kind of cool. She liked it. It was cool. She loved it. It was cool. But for anyone who is interested in this bodybuilding nonsense that we're talking about, if you do want to follow my prep, my prep has started. Follow me on Instagram, and I will post as much shit as I can on there. The crap I'm eating. Well, I'm saying it's not crap, it's really good. But crap is how I'm eating, how I'm training, stuff like that, things leading up to the show. And and if you want any boxing advice, or if you want to see clips and stuff, it'll be on here. Boxing advice. Did you see my boxing fucking clip? Go and watch Travis's. This makes me look like I can't box, but it's because of the mic's in the way. Just saying. Boxing clip. Yeah, I saw your boxing clip. Dude, I didn't even know someone was taking a video, and that was legit 2.5 hours in. I'm like, hey, I'm surprised it's taken you an hour to bring that up. Well, no, it's so little, right? You know that little Muay Thai guy that we see fucking going crazy? He was just like, come here. And I was like, what? And he's did the ab thing, there's the thing you can adjust for decline and whatever for abs. And he goes
do? And I was like how many? Like 10, like 15. You know what I mean? I'm like giving numbers. He's like thinking. He's like 35. I'm like, fuck, bro. And then I just did it. I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna be a pussy. And I did it, and I was drenched. Like, he put me through a workout because we did that. Then we did like these crazy push-ups where like what's incline push-ups where you put your feet up, or that's decline. Yeah, decline push-ups where you put your feet up. And he had these like handles, you know, like the push-up handles. And he was doing this thing where you go down on one side and you like go over at the bottom and then push up this side and like kind of go down. It was kind of crazy. It was just a different chest. Hit my chest differently, and he put me through the circuit. It was crazy, super fun. Shout outs to him.
So if you want to see Travis try and hit mitts,
I have a mean jab, dude. I have a fucking. Sure. Do you even see that jab? You can see it go.
Sure thing. Look at him with his little pinky out, like he fucking knows what he's doing.
Sorry.
So cute.
I know.
Anyway, I think we'll call it a day there.
Yeah, we'll end it on that, I guess.
I'm about 2 hours and 2 meals behind, so
cool.
I need to go and eat.
Any ending statements at all?
This podcast is
Joe Rogan, Bob Lazar.
What?
Listen to that. Check it out. If someone made it to the end of this,
why did you ask me to say something and then instantly talk over it?
I don't know. I thought of something. I said, do you have any ending statements? And you go, yeah. You started making noises. I didn't know that was a thought.
For all your supplements and coaching needs within China, hit me up. Peace out.
Wow. And that's what we had to wait for?
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, it's fine. Peace out. Thanks for watching, guys, like always. Oh, there you go. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud of you. You kind of did it semi-normal. It's not like...
Semi-normal.
It's not like...
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I'm getting that.
Oh, episode 11 in the bank. See if you can get this one edited before the end of the year, right?
Fuck you, bro. Well, actually, when is the main episode should be done?